Guys, welcome back to another video here on my YouTube channel. Now, I thought for today's video we would talk a little bit about some cowboy romance series I have read. These are like all of them, including this one here, which is like a cowboy romance adjacent. I'll bring those down because you can't really see them, it's out of frame. Okay, so the first ever cowboy romance series or book I read was Cowboy Casual by Holly Renee. Now, I picked this one up because of the cover. It was so cute. I liked all the pinks, the bows, the strawberries, like the little hint of green. I just thought the cover looked so pretty, and it was my first introduction, and I was like, oh, I really like cowboy romance. It's like kind of like one of my favorite subgenres. It might potentially be beating out hockey romance, but like literally it's day to day and it depends what I read. And then after that I read Done and Dusted by Lila Sage, and then I think I read Cash by Jessica Peterson. I would have to have a look at my book tracking app, which I can't look at right now because I'm filming with my phone, but I know I only picked up the first book in the Lucky River Ranch series, and then the first book in the Rebel Blue Ranch series. Because I wanted to like test the waters again, because I wasn't sure, like, okay, I was like, I like one book so far in cowboy romance, who knows if I like them all. And then I did, so then I ordered the rest, and then I'm pretty sure, I think I read all of the Rebel Blue Ranch series first, and then I read the rest of the 3 books of the Lucky River Ranch series, and then the final book came out a while later, Rider. So these are all fantastic series, but these are American cowboy romance series. If you're looking for Canadian cowboy romance series, we obviously know of Elsie Silver with the Chestnut Springs series, which is cowboy romance. I would say the Gold Rush Ranch series is more small town than cowboy, but I guess it's kind of cowboy adjacent. But if you're looking for Canadian, I would suggest checking out Bailey Hannah with the Wells Ranch series. Now, I would read your trigger warnings basically for every book because they all kind of deal with heavy topics. And this is one of the series where, like, the first book is pretty fantastic. Same, actually, for the Lucky River Ranch series. I think Cash is a fantastic book. Sometimes you'll read the first book and then the others afterwards will be the one that, you have a lasting impression on you and that you like better. But when it comes, I think, to the Wells Ranch series, they're all kind of fantastic. Love Wells Kept, I thought, was the perfect end to the series. Also, if you're somebody who really bawls their eyes out while reading, then I'm warning you, Love Wells Kept will make you bawl your eyes out. You do have brain injury representation. Also, he gets injured by a horse, and then he wakes up and does not remember his wife or his children. And he's like, who's this? And it's like, your wife. And he's like, I don't have a wife. So yeah, it's just so sad and beautiful. And if you're looking for some more indie cowboy romance series, it's probably my favorite ever independently published cowboy romance series. It would be the Cowboys of Nighthawk. It is a completed, well, it's a duology actually, not a series, because there's only 2 books. We have the first book is Rein Me In, and then Wrote Me In. And the reason why I like these books so much is because they have plus size FMCs. It's not the only reason. I think they're pretty fantastic outside of having plus size FMCs, but they are plus size FMCs, and I know that can be really hard to find in romance in general, but I think also especially in cowboy romance. So if you want to read a book with a plus size FMC and you want it done well, coming from a fellow plus size girly, then I would suggest reading these books. They are available on Amazon as paperbacks and probably as ebooks with Kindle. Although I don't know if they're on Kindle Unlimited. I keep saying that sometimes with indie books. I'll say, oh, it's available on Kindle Unlimited. And then I realize that is a program separate from just, like, you can have your book be available on Kindle, but doesn't mean it's Kindle Unlimited. So I would check that out. It might be, honestly. I know a lot of indie authors tend to do that because it helps get them more visibility. Another great indie series, obviously, we have Cowboy Casual and Small Town Smoke Show, which is part of the, I think it's a Cowboy Ranch or Cowboy Brothers series. I want to say Cowboy Ranch series. Another one is the Hayden Family series by Jennifer Milliken. And if you're somebody who wants a cowboy meets celebrity, I know we don't always have a ton of those. Then the Maverick is a fantastic one. It's also the shortest in the series. So if you want a like quick, easy read, then I would suggest checking out the Maverick. He is a single dad. And she is a Hollywood star coming to film a movie, and she needs to learn how to like be a rancher. So he ends up teaching her, and then like falls in love with her. Really fun. It also has another one has like age gap / enemies to like lovers sort of thing. Another one, if you're looking for injury representation, it is part of the Griffith Brothers series by Maggie Gates. This one is Downpour. He basically becomes a quadriplegic and then gets downgraded to a paraplegic after an accident because he's a bull rider. And he... yeah, I'm sorry, I'm thinking of something funny. I'll explain it in a minute. And so then he basically, his family keeps trying to hire people to like caretake for him. And he is just grumpy and just like pushes him away until finally she comes in. She's not really great. She burns the food. She's kind of a klutz. And there's an age gap, but they fall in love. And I think it's actually my favorite in the series. And I should probably reread it next year when I do some rereads from books I read this year. But yeah, this one is also fantastic. Okay, the reason why I was kind of laughing is because I was reading this book at work on my lunch break, by the way. And there was a bunch of us in the break room, and one of my colleagues, he was in the break room with me, and he was like, oh, what are you reading? And I'm like, oh, I'm reading about a paraplegic bull rider. And I didn't say former bull rider because I just like assumed that one would come to the conclusion that he had an injury on a bull and no longer rides, and that's why he's like a paraplegic. But then my colleague goes, oh, what do? Do they just like strap him on and then hope for the best? It was kind of hilarious and made me crack up. And I go, oh no, he's a former bull rider. So yeah, that one is kind of funny. So yeah, so these are kind of like basically all of the Cowboy romance series I have read. Ooh, another one that I know a lot of people have been raving about. It's West of Forever by Corinne Michaels. Now, I pre-ordered the second book because this is, I believe, yeah, the Hearthstone Ranch series. Now, it was not my favorite I've ever read. It's not my least favorite, but it's not my most favorite. I just think there are others, like especially the Wells Ranch series by Bailey Hanna, that just have a bit more emotional depth. I'm not saying this is a bad book. It is good. It's just that if you want like a crap ton of emotional depth, which is what I've been craving a lot lately in my books, then I would go with the Love Wells Kept by Bailey Hanna, like just specifically that book. But it is still a good book, and I did pre-order the second book in the series because I enjoyed it enough to to pre-order it. So basically this is it. I did want to talk about a Cowboy romance adjacent series. Now I know people put it under Cowboy romance, but I don't really know if it falls under that. They basically are brothers that run a bourbon distillery. It is the Bourbon Brothers? Give me a second. I think it's the Bourbon Boys series, or Bourbon Brothers series, by Victoria Wilder. Now, they are all fantastic, and they're actually very, very interesting, just above being like small town cowboy romance adjacent. All of these have like crime intertwined into them. Some of them are like, it feels like mafia-esque crime intertwined into them, and you have like the mystery and the intrigue while also having like the spice and all of the like fun that you enjoy from like the small town cowboy adjacent romance. And my favorite is Bourbon and Proof, which is the final book in this series. But you have Bourbon and Lies, and then you have Bourbon and Secrets, and then Bourbon and Proof. Fantastic series. I really, really enjoyed it a lot. So like, I don't know where it falls, if it falls under like small town, or like some people rank it under cowboy romance, but I would say it's more cowboy adjacent, unless distilling bourbon is also cowboy related. It could be. Honestly, I don't know. I'm not an expert enough yet. So if you want to consider it under cowboy romance, you can. If you want to consider it under small town romance, you can also do that too. So yes, this is all of my like cowboy romance that I have read, that I have thoroughly enjoyed. If you have any more questions, or if you want me to talk more in depth, I know I've done like reviews, video reviews on basically every book or every series. But if you want me to go more in depth, please let me know in the comments down below, and I will do that. So that is all for this video. If you enjoyed it, let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and notification bell so you don't miss another brand new video from me. And you can also follow me at RomanceBLVD on Instagram and Threads, and at Romance Boulevard on TikTok. Until the next one, bye.